guys, it's Hannah, and today I'm filming my June book haul. I know I just filmed a book haul like a few weeks ago, but I have acquired more books since then, and some of these were sent to me by the publisher, some of them I bought myself, and some of them are from booktube tours, so I have quite a mix of things here. And without any further ado, let's get into all of them. So the first book that I have to show you guys here was sent to me by the publisher as part of booktube tours, and that is Deception Island by Brynn Kelly. This book is about a man named Rafe whose son ends up getting kidnapped, and he is then blackmailed into kidnapping this one woman so he can get his son back. And the woman he kidnaps is supposed to be an heiress, except he ends up kidnapping the body double for the heiress, and then the two of them end up like stranded on this island. And there's supposedly lots of romance and drama and mystery, and I've never read anything like this before, so I thought this one would be a really interesting one to read, and I'm very excited to get to it. There is also a giveaway that is being hosted with this book, so if you're interested in it at all, you can definitely go check it out. I will leave a link to it in the description, so you can go and enter. The next book on my list is another book that was sent to me as part of booktube tours, and I'm super excited about this one because the premise just sounds awesome, and that is The Progeny by Tosca Lee. So the blurb about this book was that it's Orphan Black and the Blacklist meet the Da Vinci Code, and if you don't know, I love Orphan Black and the Blacklist. They're two of my favorite shows, and I love the movie The Da Vinci Code. I haven't read the book yet, but when I read that, I just automatically needed to read this because it sounds so cool. What this book is really about, though, is this girl named Emily who wakes up one day and remembers absolutely nothing about herself. And all she has is a note that was written to her by her former self, telling her that her name is Emily and that she's not going to remember anything from the past 2 years, and that she just has to go and live another life and meet some friends and just pretend like nothing ever happened. And that's what she ends up doing until one day somebody comes into her life and tells her that everything she knows to be true is a complete and utter lie and that she's in danger. This sounds like an amazing thriller book, and I just really can't wait to start reading it. So I definitely think that I will be picking this up at some point during the summer. The next two books I have here were also sent to me by the publisher Fierce Reads, and they are The Kiss of Deception and The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. They also sent me this really awesome poster for the cover of the third book, and then on the back it has a map, like the maps that are on the inside end pages, and it's so pretty. I love it. I've already read both of these books, and I'm really liking the series so far. I'll keep most of my detailed thoughts for my wrap-up so I don't spoil anything, but I am enjoying it. It's a very fun, kind of mysterious fantasy series. It's about this girl named Leah, and she's the princess of this kingdom, and she's supposed to be married off to this prince whom she's never even met before, and she doesn't want to do that, and she doesn't want to have an arranged marriage, so she ends up running away. And when she runs away, what she doesn't know is that the prince who she was supposed to marry and also an assassin both go after her. So the story is told from 3 points of view. It's told from Leah's view, it's told from the prince's view, and it's also told from the assassin's point of view. And the reader's job essentially is kind of to figure out which one is the prince and which one is the assassin, because you don't know until the end of the book. And I am currently reading an arc of the third book, The Beauty of Darkness, which comes out on August 2nd, and I'm also enjoying that one, but you will be hearing more of my thoughts in my wrap-up. The next book that I have here I received in my May Owl Crate box, and that is Everland by Wendy Spinelli. This book is essentially a steampunk retelling of Peter Pan, and I've decided that I'm going to save this for a month where I'm just going to do like an entire month of reading steampunk books, so I'm excited for that. It sounds really interesting. I've mentioned a few times before that I'm just kind of trying to get into the steampunk genre, so I think this one will be a very fun one to read for that month. So the next book that I have here I recently purchased because I am trying to collect the entire series, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. The only book in this series that I previously owned was The Raven King because it was given to me as a gift from a friend, and I want to collect the entire series, like I said before, because I really am loving it so far. So for now I have The Raven Boys and The Raven King, and now I just need The Dream Thieves and Blue Lily Blue, and the collection will be complete. So the next book that I recently purchased I have also already read, and that is Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. I really love to read poetry, especially if it's like in between other books. I like picking up just a collection of poetry and just flying through it in one sitting. It's very enjoyable for me, and that's why I decided to pick this one up. This is a collection of poetry and prose, and it's divided into 4 chapters: the hurting, the loving, the breaking, and the healing. And each section has poetry based on the theme of that relative section, so I'm not really going to spoil too much of my thoughts on it, but as you can tell I clearly really loved this book, and it was honestly fantastic, and if you really want to get into some contemporary poetry, then I highly recommend checking this one out. So the last book I have to show you guys here is probably the most exciting one for me because I was not expecting this book at all. So when it showed up on my doorstep, I was completely and utterly shocked, and that is this beautiful book right here in this lovely red box that says Open Me, and if you haven't guessed what this is already, it is the ARC for Heartless by Marissa Meyer. So like I said, I was completely and utterly shocked when I got this one, so a huge thank you to Fierce Reads for sending this to me. It was a wonderful surprise. So many of you have probably read the Lunar Chronicles, as they are a very popular series, especially here on BookTube, because I know a lot of you have told me to read it. I still haven't read it. I'm sorry, I will one day. But this is Marissa Meyer's new book, and it is essentially a prequel to Alice in Wonderland, but it tells the story of the Queen of Hearts and how she became the Queen of Hearts and how she became evil and what led to her downfall and like all of that stuff, and I am so excited to read this book. I am such a sucker for villain origin stories, and that is exactly what this is, so I cannot wait to dive into this and start reading it. I want to pick it up and start reading it right now, but this book doesn't come out until November, so I'm trying to put it off until at least a little bit closer to then, so I can read it and review it and it'll be fresh in my mind. But it's gonna be really hard because it's so pretty, and it just sounds like it's gonna be so great, so I don't know if I'm gonna have the strength to do that or not, but we'll see. So that is it, guys, for my June book haul. Let me know in the comments down below if there are any books that I showed in this haul that are particularly interesting to you, or if there are any that you've already read yourself and what your thoughts are on them. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!